A late Georgian house in the country $1.04 million, €850,000. This 4-bedroom house is in County Tipperary, about 100 miles from Dublin, just outside the village of Puckane. It comes with 17.5 acres, property that includes gardens, outbuildings, a tennis court and land for agricultural cultivation and sheep grazing. There is also access to a private lake. The 3,670 square foot home, known as Rock Valley House, was restored in 2005, said David Ashmore, an agent with Ireland Sotheby's International Realty, which has the listing. The house sits at the end of a tree-lined driveway. Because of a slight incline in the terrain, it has 2 above-ground stories in front and 3 in back. The reception hall on the ground floor connects 3 rooms, the drawing room straight ahead, with views of the lake from twin bow windows, a dining room on the left, which fits a table that can seat up to 14, and a family room, also on the left. To the right of the reception hall is a stair landing that leads to a study. Every room has a fireplace and pitch pine floors. There are 4 bedrooms on the second floor, 2 of them ensuite and spacious, suitable as master bedrooms, Mr. Ashmore said. The other 2 bedrooms share a hall bath. 3 of the bedrooms have fireplaces. On the garden level are the kitchen, a breakfast room, a laundry room and a half bath. The kitchen has glass and wood cabinets, a large center island and the original clay tile floors. The staircase is quintessentially Georgian, Mr. Ashmore said, with a mahogany balustrade, square balusters, and sash windows. Loch Derg, a large lake on the River Shannon with a yacht club founded in 1835, is about a mile from the house. Activities in the area include sailing, boating and fishing, as well as cycling, which is increasingly popular, Mr. Ashmore said. The village of Puckane is a 2-minute drive, with a pub and an elementary school. The nearest market is in Nenagh, a town of about 8,000, 6 miles away. The international airport in Shannon is an hour's drive, and Dublin Airport is about a 2-hour drive. Market overview. After rising steadily for 4 years, real estate prices in and around Dublin and other cities are now within a year or 2 of reaching their 2007 peak. Ronan Lyons, an economist at Trinity College Dublin, wrote in a report about the 4th quarter of 2017, published by Daft, an Irish property search website. Between the end of 2016 and 2017, the report noted, prices grew 9.2% nationally. During each of the previous 2 years, they grew slightly more than 8% on average. It's very much a seller's market, Mr. Lyons said. There's very little being built, and there's strong demand, especially for smaller units and rental properties in areas where there are jobs. While Ireland's high prices were caused by a credit bubble in the years leading up to the global financial crisis, he continued, today's high prices are the result of that lack of housing. We're not fighting the same war as 10 or 12 years ago, Mr. Lyons said. Now, it's a supply shortage. In County Tipperary, a primarily agricultural region in the country's heartland, natural attractions and historic monuments draw vacationers and second-home buyers, agents said. Mr. Ashmore described it as mixed-profile market, with both primary and second homes. Residents include those with remote jobs in Dublin, commuters to Limerick and people from outside Ireland who use the region as a base in Europe. William Talbot, managing director of Sherry Fitzgerald Talbot, in County Tipperary, said average prices for semi-detached units with 3 bedrooms, which he described as starter homes, are roughly a third of what they are in Dublin, about $185,000 versus $550,000. Luxury homes in the area are concentrated around Lough Derg, where lakefront properties start at around €600,000, about $740,000, Mr. Talbot said, and properties set back from the water with lake views start at about €400,000, $490,000. Luxury properties with land, a boathouse, or a harbour range from about €800,000, about $980,000, to €2.5 million, $3.1 million, he said. Roseanne de Vere Hunt, the head of the Country Homes Farms and Estates Department of Sherry Fitzgerald, said prices of luxury country estates across the country peaked in 2006, fell around 50 to 60% starting in 2008, and have been slowly rising since 2015. Today, she said, they are 35 to 40% off the 2006 peak. Mr. Ashmore put that number slightly higher, at just 25 to 30% below the peak. But in County Tipperary, he said, while luxury homes might start at around €500,000, or about $615,000, there are more affordable exceptions. I think there's still value within our market. Who buys in County Tipperary? While the number of British buyers in Ireland dropped after the Brexit referendum, agents said, there are still many remaining. Last year, British buyers made up 12% of the luxury country homes market, Ms. de Vere Hunt said. Chinese buyers represented about the same percentage, she said, and there was an influx of buyers from the United States that made up for the drop in buyers from Britain. Last year, she said, about a third of Sherry Fitzgerald's high-end country homes and estates in Ireland were bought by foreigners. In County Tipperary, as in Dublin and the rest of Ireland, most of the luxury buyers are foreign, said Mr. Ashmore, who put the number at about 65 to 70%. And of those foreign buyers, he added, most are from the United States and Canada. In the last couple of years, foreign buyers of second homes around Lough Derg have also come from Dubai, Germany, and the Netherlands, Mr. Talbot said. Buying basics: there are no restrictions on foreign buyers in Ireland. But foreigners who want a mortgage may need to make a larger down payment than Irish citizens do, possibly as much as 50%, said Niamh O'Grady, a lawyer with Mason, Hayes and Curran, in Dublin. Closing costs paid by a residential buyer include stamp duty, calculated as 1% on the first €1 million of the purchase price and 2% on anything above that. Other types of property sales, including agricultural land, are subject to a 6% fee. Buyers also pay land and title registration fees of €400 to €800, roughly $500 to $1,000, records search fees of up to around €200, $250, and, when applicable, a €175, $215, mortgage registration fee. Transactions are handled by a lawyer, but there is no typical fee, Ms. O'Grady said. She estimated that it might cost anywhere from around €1,000, about $1,225, for lower-priced properties to between 0.5 and 1% of the purchase price for more expensive properties. Anyone buying real estate in Ireland must register for a tax ID number, a straightforward process that can take several weeks, she said. And before making a purchase, buyers should hire an Irish tax consultant for advice about taxes related to capital gains and rental income, Among other issues, Ms. O'Grady said. Websites County Tipperary Tourism, Tipperary.com Rock of Cashel, Cashel.ie Loch Derg, Discover LOUGHDERG.ie/Loch Derg Yacht Club, Loch Derg Yacht Club. Wildapricot.org/Languages and currency English, Irish, Euro, €1 equals $1.23. Taxes and fees. Annual property taxes on this property are around €1,000, $1,225, Mr. Ashmore said, noting that the taxes are based on a self-assessed valuation of the property. Contact David Ashmore, Ireland Sotheby's International Realty, 011-353-87-251-2909, sotheby'srealty.com.